Hey guys, Seth here with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and what a day we had yesterday. If anyone hasn't caught all the news, the kind of the video that I did yesterday, a bunch of other creators have covered it now. They really changed up Hydra quite a lot with a supposed bug fix. And the bug fix that I'm talking about is obviously Head of Decay. It went from 25% maximum HP destruction to 75%. Now, we were testing this more on stream as I was trying to feed back to the community managers and moderators. And I do want to say at the start of this video, I empathize and I appreciate all the effort that the community managers and the moderators did in trying to deal with the situation. They were kind of given a bit of a dumpster fire to deal with late last night when obviously Plarium are not in, office hours weren't really applicable there, and they were trying to manage the situation and process everyone's feedback. It's important when we do these sorts of things that we actually make sure that we give good feedback, because when you do it, we get situations like this. I'm happy to say they have listened. It's amazing. We have everyone who sits there and says Plarium don't care about players. This is an example where they actually do listen. I always knew they did, but sometimes they just are a bit stubborn. They believe the way they want to believe, which is fine. But they've listened and they are changing the system. They are reverting what they did, and they're going to keep it at 25% maximum HP. Thank you, Plarium. That's exactly what you should have done. In this video, I just want to cover some of the details around it. I want to cover some of the suggestions, and I also want to just highlight the real problem that it really created after we tested it a little bit more. So firstly, when I raised the video yesterday, I was pretty upset about the change. I thought it was pretty egregious that they stuck it as a battle improvement and a footnote of a patch notes when, things like a loading screen got a whole dedicated section within the patch notes. Yet this change, which completely redefined pretty much 90% of Hydra teams overnight, pretty much destroyed a bunch of compositions, was just stuck in the bottom of the footnote. So I didn't really cover what I would have done to fix the problem. So afterwards, I kind of cooled down a little bit. We streamed a little bit. We tested a little bit. I came up with 3 proposals. So I basically raised 3 solutions. To play devil's advocate, perhaps they felt that 25% was too simple, it's too easy. So let's just play the devil's advocate and say, yes, 25% was too easy. We needed to change something. Well, 75% is too far to the other extreme, way too far to the other extreme. So the 3 solutions that I came up with. Firstly, stop the overhealing issue. So the coding for the Head of Decay is based on 15% of the base heal multiplier. Terminology is important here. Base heal multiplier in the game code means the total amount of healing. 15% of the total amount, which makes sense because it says anytime you heal, 15% is destroyed. Fine. But Miracle Heal is actually not based on that. Miracle Heal is actually based on 30% of the dealt heal. So you only restore 30% of the heal that actually restores from your missing HP, not the total HP. So if I only need 2,000 to fully heal, it's 30% of 2,000, not 30% of whatever the total heal was. So in actuality, if you're healing a max HP person, they're losing HP with Miracle Heal because you effectively heal them and then the Decay Head takes HP away, which does make sense now that I've looked into it further, because I always felt that even before the buff with Miracle Heal, you were always losing HP whatever you did. 15% HP was the old Miracle Heal, 15% of your heal. The Decay has always been 15%. So I always felt like you were losing HP regardless. Now this kind of confirms it, because essentially if the champion doesn't have any healing to restore, then he doesn't get any Miracle Heal procs. So the first fix is simply change the Head of Decay from base heal multiplier to dealt heal, so that it matches Miracle Heal and you only lose the HP that you actually need to restore. That still creates a challenge with 75%, but it means that the pace in which you lose your maximum HP is reduced dramatically. So that was option 1. Option 2 was basically bring it up to 50%. I could probably keep a 50% HP champion alive. I can't keep a 25% HP champion alive. So that's another simple fix. The other fix they could have done was to fix Miracle Heal so that Miracle Heal worked on the same multiplier as the Decay Head. So instead of the other way with overhealing where you bring the Head of Decay down to Miracle Heal's multiplier, you make Miracle Heal total heal. Base heal multiplier. So those were 3, in my opinion, reasonable, balanced suggestions to resolve the situation, to give players more flexibility so that you don't immediately make a leech champion terrible. Now, I watched Nubs do a video. Nubs is a great creator for Hydra. If you need any sort of low budget, different weird champion combinations, Nubs is a genius when it comes to finding new ways to make champions you wouldn't think of work in Hydra. He looked at it and did a video yesterday on the breakdown of this problem, and he was going through the list of the Leech champions, Telam Gormain, literally just buffed with the intention directly from Plarium to be a Hydra champion. She is no longer usable because she has Leech. Nekmo, arguably MVP in Hydra's best bot, can't use him because he has Leech. You can't use someone like Mashaled. You can't use Tuhanarak. You cannot use Ugo's A3. The list goes on. You're basically removing all of the great champions just because of this one bug fix. Now, I just want to show quickly what we were testing on stream last night. So this is basically my Nightmare team. This Nightmare team with Doom Priest subbed in for someone just so that we could test the Miracle Heal. This Nightmare team has done 100 million damage at one time. It normally averages 40 to 70 million. I don't normally struggle. But watch what happens to the Royal Guard. So we have a Doom Priest here. This Doom Priest is a 6-star Miracle Heal fully awakened Doom Priest. It's possibly one of the best Miracle Heal champions because every time you take a turn, you heal. 7.5% of the target's max HP. So I should be restoring more because it's 30% against 15%. But watch what happens when we run this through. So Royal Guard is going to do his nuke. And there's the big chunk of max HP because there is Leech on every single target. So we're taking 18% healing from the damage we deal. Even though we don't need the healing, all of this healing is going to get destroyed with the Almighty Decay. And then look what happened with the Doom Priest. The Doom Priest healed and I've lost another 50%. So Miracle, you couldn't even wail yourself out of this problem. Miracle Heal, look at this issue here. Look how much I've just lost. We'll just run it through slowly again. He's on 25. Miracle, the heal comes out. Look at the loss of HP. It's absolutely absurd. It was never going to be the same. What have they actually done? They have reverted the change completely. And they are going to just have it at 25% cap. I think this was the easiest solution. It would make everyone happy. And I want to say thank you to Plarium for listening, reacting, and coming back to us so quickly because it does affect players. People were saying in the chat and Discord the other day, you need to do something quickly because the keys reset tomorrow. So what am I going to do? How am I going to finish Hydra? I normally do my keys on a Tuesday or Monday. I can't do it right now. Everyone else has done it. It's not fair. So they did need to react. Now, I'm not necessarily sitting here saying it needs to come out immediately, although I would say it should be pushed as a priority. But it's probably something you need to, consider at Plarium HQ, that people may lose out on something they were expecting to get because they weren't expecting this change. And finally, I actually put my video on Reddit, and I've never had someone promote so much of my posts before on Reddit. So clearly, it was a problematic issue for the community. And this kind of response and comment from I Know Lots of Plants, great name by the way, kind of sums it up for me. In the last 2 weeks, I pulled Attila and my second Nekmo. Basically put all my books and resources into bringing them into my Hydra teams. I'm so mad. Nekmo is basically the only reason I could get 1 key the first 2 levels, and I was starting to build a 3rd team. I was so excited to keep building for Hydra and started to get into content, but now I feel like I can't even play this mode. All my Hydra teams are built around healing Leech to stay alive. So disappointed that I spent all these resources on these champions. I can't even play this content now. Now, normally, I'd be a little bit like, oh, well, maybe there's different strategies. But in this instance, I completely 100% agree with this player because they've invested all of their resources into a content piece that has been like this for 15 months? This bug has existed since the existence of Hydra. Now they've randomly fixed it. So he's going in going, well, everyone keeps telling me Tila rework is really good for Hydra. Nekmo is really good. He's in all the best teams. He's just invested in both these champions because he wants to progress in a piece of content. He's excited to do so. And now is completely demotivated and completely upset about it. And that is a big problem because as much as you can make players unhappy about summoning events and pulling souls and all these other things, when a player disengages with content because of a bug fix change that you did that actually makes no sense and has been in the game for a while, that's a big problem. You're essentially creating problems you don't need to generate. So there you go, guys. That change apparently should be coming very, very soon. I'd expect they will either bug fix it today or tomorrow as quickly as possible so that they just revert it. It's not a difficult change if they're going to keep it the way it was. They'll just revert the bug fix and change the in-game text description. Well done to the community for trying to stay level-headed about it. I know I saw a lot of people trying to do the usual 1-star review bombing and making a holy war and all this kind of stuff. We don't need to do that. We just need to, when these things happen, give reasonable, logical, evidence-based feedback to players to say, look, you got this one wrong. You can improve it. You're making all these champions not viable for no reason whatsoever. These are some of the things you should do to correct it, even if you're not fully happy with the way it was before. Please, for the sake of the community, fix it, and they have done. So well done to all of us. Give also a bit of a consideration and thought to the CMs and mods last night on the official raid Discord who were literally firefighting constantly the same message over and over again, trying to stop people going crazy and losing their minds. I can understand why people were going crazy because obviously this thing came out of nowhere, but at the same time, we're all humans. So that's the end of the saga, hopefully. We can now focus on actually playing live arena. I unfortunately didn't get live arena, so I can't play it for another week, but hopefully on the 7th of on Friday, we'll be able to all play it. And also, if you didn't know, the Defiant set is back as Forge Pass. This is one of the best sets in the game, Defiant. Actually, it's really, really strong because a lot of PvE content is AoE, so it has so much uses and utilities. So the Forge Pass is back. There you go, guys. I wanted to close out this saga with, they listened, we got through it, we managed to solve the problem. It will be fixed. Your Hydra teams are not useless. Just give it a few days. Hopefully, it'll be back to normal. Thanks for all your support, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.